So there's one story, and it's the haunting of Lake Lanier. And it's not long after the completion of the project in 1958. Delia Parker Young and her friend Susie Roberts, they were headed to a local roadhouse in her 1954 Ford. Earlier that night, the two were spotted at a gas station with Delia wearing a blue dress. This was the last time they were seen again. The only evidence left behind were skid marks on the bridge across Lake Lanier that indicated that she lost control and the car went off of the bridge into the water. Divers searched relentlessly, but their bodies and vehicle were never found. A year later, following the accident, a fisherman spotted the remains that had floated to the surface of the lake. The woman's body wore a blue dress, but it was unidentifiable, and strangely, the body was missing both of its hands and several toes. Authorities assumed it may be one of the girls from the accident. However, they were unable to make a conclusion because her remains were just so mangled, and so she was put in an unmarked grave. And it wouldn't be until 31 years later, in 1990, that Bridge Maintenance would unveil Delia's car with Susie Roberts that was still inside of the car. She was identified by dental records, and it was simultaneously determined that the earlier remains belonged to Delia. The girls were buried next to each other, and Delia's grave is no longer unmarked. Since the tragedy, visitors at the lake claim they see a ghostly figure of a woman in a blue dress near the bridge, and the ghost has no eyes and no hands. She's known as the Lady of the Lake, and that sometimes she would drag people underwater.
That's so spooky.